The minute you move, you get popped.
Why are you gonna pop me? I didn't
You
do
move and you
anything.
get popped. Go that door.
I don't understand what you want.
Get on the ground.
I don't. What did I do, sir?
The bank. You know what I'm talking about. Get on the ground.
What about it?
Get on the
I
ground.
don't know what you're saying about that.
Get
I literally-
on the ground.
In August 2025, deputies with the Polk County Sheriff's Office in Haines City, Florida, closed the loop on a fraud case that had unraveled almost entirely before the suspect ever realized he was being watched. Understanding how this case moved from a teller's hesitation to a felony stop outside a gas station reveals just how fragile even a carefully staged fraud can be the moment it meets a person who won't simply process it and move on.
How this got presented, but I guess this kind of runs deeper. Usually it's just like someone running into a scam, but I guess this guy's actually like stolen the identity of another individual. My loss prevention manager wanted me to call her while you guys are here, so let me call her real quick.
Do you have any information on this guy?
She's gonna have everything for you.
Okay.
I guess she does know like the true identity. I guess they've used facial recognition or something to track him down, but I'll let her kind of get into all that. I don't really know much more than that. But when he presented this last night, I was like, yeah, we're holding that, and that's probably fake. He just opened his account 6 days ago and was in the red by $1 when he deposited his $1 million checks.
297 jail, any mileage is 27211.
How can I help you?
Hey Jack, it's Trent. I'm looking for Tiffany. I have some law enforcement here and she wanted me to call when they were here.
All right, one moment, okay?
Thank you.
Offering a fixed rate, predictable payment, and a lump sum payout.
Were you here when he came in?
Yeah, last night.
Was he wearing anything covering his face?
Hey Tiffany. He was wearing a hat and sunglasses, but we had removed the sunglasses. Obviously. Yes.
Were you able to provide them with the image of the check?
They have. I thought I was giving them the actual check.
Yeah, you can give it to them.
Okay. Yeah. So they have the check and they have a teller affidavit.
Perfect. Do they have any questions for me as to the situation?
They were asking me if we have any information on this individual, the one that walked in. So I'm just gonna move my phone over to the deputy here.
Yeah.
All right. So this is Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany, Deputy Klusterman.
Hi. So we did run facial recognition on this individual. We were able to confirm his identity.
Okay.
So I can send that over to Trent for your records.
That's perfect.
Looks like he's down in Miami. One second, I'm just trying to find the case here. So his name is Mark, M-A-R-C.
Awesome. Yeah, if you have, if you could send all that information over, and then we can print it off and just have that for our records.
Yes, I will do that now.
Is this your guys' first run-in with him?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
First run-in with him, never seen the guy before. He just thought he was going to come in, and he established his business, I believe, on 6/18 of 2025. It was registered on Sundays at that time. And then he just established the business account here. I'm not even sure if this is a real business. Not even, I guarantee you this is not a valid check. We're not able to confirm or deny either way, but we definitely know for sure that this is identity theft.
Okay. So you said 6/18/25 he opened an account?
He opened the account here on, now that was when he registered the business on Sundays. He established the account here on, and I'll give you that date. August 1st, 2025.
Okay.
In Haines City, Florida.
In Haines City.
Yep.
Okay.
He has an Orlando address on file.
So he opens the account with his driver's license is, excuse me, is Miami, and then,
The driver's license is Washington.
oh geez, okay.
Yeah, so and
Yeah.
I can actually give you an image of that driver's license that we have on file.
Yeah. So that's a fraudulent.
496 or so.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Mark is his fraudulent ID.
No, Mark is the actual.
Correction, 796. Can you have 5 rest response?
Okay. I just want to make sure my notes are,
Yeah, Greg is the identity theft name that he's used to establish the account.
okay. And so Greg's address is this Miami Beach address.
Correct. Well, no, Greg's address
Oh, okay.
The Miami address is of the actual individual, the true identity, yes.
Okay. I got a bunch of notes. I just want to make sure I keep them straight.
You're right.
Man, this guy is giving us the runaround.
I'm just gonna grab the copy of that.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, that seems like all the information that I need.
Can I give you
Yes.
my direct line so that you can call me if you have any additional questions?
Yes, please.
863.
863.
And my name is Tiffany, Tiffany. And if you're able to give us a case number for our
Okay,
record, that would be helpful.
Case number? Yes, I can get that for you. Just give me 1 second.
No worries. Trent, you can just email
So
me,
teletype.
okay?
Alright. Thanks,
Thank you guys.
Tiffany.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
703 here north. Speedway.
Out here, out here, out here, now!
6.
Outside!
What? Hold up. I didn't do
Get on the
anything.
ground.
Why?
Get on the ground.
I didn't do anything.
Get on the ground.
I didn't do anything.
Get on the ground.
What do you?
Inside Speedway. On the ground. On the ground, I'll pop you. I'm gonna light you up, buddy, I'm telling
What
you.
do you mean?
You move, I'm gonna light you up.
What? Like what up, sir? I didn't do
Get on the
anything.
ground.
For what?
Get on the ground.
What am I? What,
I told you why.
Well, no, I didn't.
Get on the
I
ground.
want to know why are you? What? What did
Get
I
on the
do?
ground, now.
What did I do,
Get on the ground.
sir? I didn't do anything.
Get on the ground.
I didn't do anything.
Get on the ground. Tell you, go get lit up.
I didn't do anything. Why are
You
you?
hear me? The minute you move, you get popped.
Why are you gonna pop me? I didn't
You
do
move and you
anything.
can get popped. Go that door.
I don't understand what you. What,
Get on the ground.
I don't. What did I do, sir?
The bank. You know what I'm talking about. Get on the ground.
What about it?
Get on the
I
ground.
don't know what you're saying about that.
Get
I literally
on the
I'm
ground.
literally coming here to get a cigarette. Go back.
Get on the ground.
What's going on?
Get on the ground.
I don't understand what's going on, so you're not telling me what's
Get
going
on the ground.
You're just coming up to me.
I'm telling you to get on the ground. That's what I'm telling you, and you're not doing it.
Huh?
You're getting on the ground or I'm gonna pop you.
But I didn't do anything.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
But sir, I don't know what you're talking about. No way.
Get on the ground. The second you move, you're getting popped. You understand that?
Okay, I'm doing
Do you understand that?
But sir, what do you? I don't even understand.
Sir, move out the way.
I don't understand what you're even. What's going on?
I just told you what's going on. The bank. Get on the ground.
Okay, what about the bank?
You know what?
No, I don't.
You know what? What's your
No, I
name?
don't know who. Rick. Rick.
Yeah, your name's not Craig. Get on the ground.
I have no idea what you're talking
Get on the ground.
about. Sir, I have no idea what you're talking
Get on the ground.
about. And I fear.
Get on the ground.
Why are you like?
I don't care. Get on the ground. I don't care that you're scared. Get on the
I didn't do
ground.
anything. So why?
Get on the ground.
I have no idea why you didn't do anything.
Get on the ground.
I didn't do anything, sir. I didn't do anything. Are you recording? I didn't do anything.
I'm recording.
I didn't do anything. Okay.
You're going to change. You understand?
Need another side? Let go. Do not reach.
I'm not. Just pull my pants up. I have no weapons and nothing on me.
Listen, I'm gonna roll on your side. I want you to tuck your legs so we can sit you up.
Yes, sir.
Tuck your legs. Tuck up. You ready? We're gonna just sit you up here. So grab some. You ready? You wanna use your leg? We're gonna push it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, up. Just grab this stuff.
Oh, that's take your weapon.
Either 18. Four zero two five outside. Court 4025. Please let us know call reference to the neighbor parking site.
Everyone sunset calls.
10-4,
5 if you want. Come on, let's go.
You got ID on him?
10-4, turn 8 on the opposite
No
of
ID.
City.
Their ID on.
Well, he identified himself as Craig.
Just have a seat. Read him his rights. All right, man. I'm gonna read you your rights, okay? So just listen. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. The right to talk to a lawyer. Have the present. Why being questioned. Not for our lawyer. Will be appointed to represent you for any question if you wish. You can set any time to exercise these rights and not answer any question remaining statements. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on here?
Can I ask what am I being charged for?
Right now, you resisted us because we detained you based off of what was going on at the bank.
I didn't resist anything. I didn't resist anybody.
As far as the sergeant was giving you commands to stop and you didn't listen.
I didn't.
So you're
I didn't
getting
understand why I
resisted.
was even being. I didn't even understand why I was even being, pursued.
So tell me what happened with the check.
I'm not sure, sir. I'm just a normal guy. Like I said, normal guy. I don't know what may or may have been the case with anything, so I have no idea what's going on.
You're telling me you never tried to deposit a check or anything a while back under the name Greg? Is that your actual name, Greg?
Like I said, sir, I have no idea what's going on. I just want to know why I was being detained.
Right now you're being detained for resisting, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. Just do me a favor, swing in. You're not under arrest at this time. We'll let you know what's happening. Okay? He's not really.
We have the ID.
Hello, Mark. My name's Jason. I'm Deputy Policeman, Mark County Sheriff's Office. So I'm the one who originally took the report at Mid-Florida Bank when you came up here beginning of August. You have that business account, Cooper Legacy Builders. You had that $1 million check. And so I'm the one who went to the bank. I ID'd you. We saw you on camera. The bank ID'd you. That Washington driver's license that you have and everything. So the reason that I'm talking to you right now is I just want to know why were you doing that? Like, do you need the money? Are you in trouble in any way? I mean, $1 million is a lot of money. I'm sorry?
I can't really get a percentage.
Can't say too much? I mean, do you owe people money? Personally, I've never seen a check that big, so I just want to know what you're swinging for the fences first time. Just want to make sure you're not in any trouble or you don't caught up with the wrong people. You gotta speak up a little bit.
I'm not sure what to do.
Yeah, you can just talk to me. Just tell me why you came up here with the $1 million check and tried to deposit it. And I mean, there's got to be a reason for it. I understand being in trouble financially, right? I do, believe it or not. I've had my fair share of ups and downs, and I've needed money in certain situations. So I just want to make sure that everything, wherever you're from is okay. There's not going to be people looking for you. You're not.
I hope not.
You hope not. What about Greg? What's that name to you? You're not sure how you got that name or anything like that? Well, let me start by asking you this. Have you been up this way before? Are you from this area? You're from Florida. Okay. You live down in Miami? Or the Miami area?
No.
No? Okay, so what brought you up this way? Family? Friends? A mixture? Who's up here? Are you married? No? Okay, do you live at home alone? Or do you have roommates or anything? just here and there. Yeah, like I said, man, I just, what I don't want to see happen is some bad people get wind of what happened, and now you got a target on your back, right? So that's why I'm trying to get you to explain to me what was the motivation for all this. Well, we don't want to make a bad situation worse. Was there a reason you chose $1 million? The reason it piques my curiosity, man, is I've dealt with this a lot, right? People are doing $500 checks, $1,000 checks. When I got the call for your case, like he's swinging for the fences. This isn't. It's out of the ordinary, which kind of raised a red flag, which is why I wanted to talk to you, right? You're not trying to do $100 here, pay off $1,000 loan shark or something, right? $1 million that's huge.
He's being a little greedy with the million, or what?
I don't know. I'm not sure, honestly.
What's that?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm just,
He's made a bad decision today, or the other day.
That would be, I think, that would probably be the only thing I could kind of say towards that.
All right, that's fine. People make mistakes. I'm not saying you're not a bad guy. I mean, I can't even see your eyes. You got your shades on, but you don't seem like a bad dude. It just seems like you made a bad decision, and you kind of got a lot of little things stacked up here. So like the fake IDs and everything else, and so I mean it is what it is, man. Can we do anything for you in the meantime? Like lower the AC a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess just from what they told me or what he said to me, as far as that I'm not being arrested, I'm being detained.
Yeah. Right now you are under arrest. Okay. So you are under arrest right now. Okay. Listen, you've been nothing but cool with us. Like you haven't. I don't know what happened before we got here. You haven't been disrespectful or anything like that. Did you take the car up here so it doesn't get towed? Can we do you a favor? Maybe someone come get it.
I don't think I necessarily need that.
Okay. Well, if it's left at one of these businesses over here, they're gonna tow it.
Understand.
And if it goes to an impound lot, every day that it's there, they're going to be charging, and eventually it's going to come back to you. So it's going to be thousands of dollars if you can't get a hold of them for a couple of days. So we are trying to do you a solid with your car.
I understand.
Which car is yours?
Like I said, I think I'm okay with that. I understand.
How'd you get up here then?
I understand that. I understand that.
All right, bud. We're gonna close the door here. I'm gonna lower the AC.
Thanks for talking to me, right?
I do have a other question from what you said. You said you said I am being arrested. I'm just wanting to know what. Can you give me more information on that?
Yeah. So it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a couple of different fraud type charges. Obviously, uttering the forged instrument, the fake check at the bank. You have you're in possession of a false identification that has your picture on it. I'm not too sure about the other ones, but I know those for sure.
When you said other ones, what do you mean?
Other charges.
What other charges?
That deputy that was talking to you, you're good. That deputy that was talking to you, he's the one that came out here initially and took that report, so he would know all the charges, and we could tell you them before we get you over to the jail. Okay.
I would like that.
Yeah, we'll get you that, and they'll be able to tell you if there's a bond and all that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm not going to keep you in the dark.
I do have a second question. Is there any way I can put? Because I have a very bad degenerative shoulder issue. Is there any way I can have my hands in the front locked up?
Yeah. Would it be okay? Policy says behind. Would it be okay if I put a second pair of cuffs so they're not push pulling? Yeah, absolutely.
Can I step
you
out?
have to? Yeah, go ahead, step out.
I need to pull my pants up.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. You already got 2 sets of cuffs on there. Is it just because you're sitting?
No. If you look at my wrist, I fractured my wrist about 2 years ago.
Okay.
You can see the.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to pull your shirt up.
You see it right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have problems with that.
Okay. Let me see if they're too tight. I can loosen them up a little bit for you, maybe. Just lean forward a little bit. There you go. How's that, a little better? That's better, right?
A little bit.
Okay.
It's more so just
Yeah, I know. They're not made for comfort. It'd be easier.
obviously.
Yeah. It's easier, like, if you when you go to sit back down again, if you sit in butt first, and you kind of sit sideways so you're not putting the pressure on your shoulders and your wrists.
But there is no way you said it just in the front. I can just
Not
get
right
a policy.
now. Not right now. All right. I'll see about fixing them here in just a second. There you go, like that. That's better, right? Better? Okay, let me get this AC kicked.
Every fraud case starts the same way, with a bet that nobody will look closely enough. This one is a masterclass in exactly how quickly that bet can go wrong, and exactly how much damage a person can do to their own case simply by walking back through the same door twice. Let's establish the timeline, because in financial crime, timing is often the entire story. Sometime around the middle of June 2025, a business calling itself Cooper Legacy Builders was officially registered with the state of Florida. On August 1st, using a driver's license, carrying a Washington address, a man walked into Mid-Florida Bank in Haines City and opened a business account under that name. 6 days later, he returned and presented a check for $1 million. A teller named Trent looked at the man wearing sunglasses and a hat indoors, and made a decision that would end this scheme before it ever truly began. He refused to process it. Days later, the man came back to collect his money. He never made it back inside. Deputies were waiting for him at a gas station down the road, and what followed was a felony stop, a Miranda warning, and a set of charges that will follow him for the rest of his life. On its surface, this looks like a simple bad check case. It is not. This is identity theft, forgery, and fraud, layered on top of each other, and understanding why matters, because the law treats these as 3 separate crimes stacked into one arrest. Start with the check itself. Under Florida law, presenting a forged document to another party while knowing it is forged, with the intent to defraud, is called uttering a forged instrument, codified under Florida Statute 831.02. It does not matter whether the check actually clears. It does not matter whether a single dollar changes hands. The moment he slid that check across the counter knowing it was fraudulent, the crime was already complete. In Florida, this is a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine, and he was charged with it, twice, which means 2 separate exposures, 2 separate sentencing calculations, stacked on top of everything else. Now layer in the identity behind the check. The driver's license he used to open the account was not his. It belonged, according to investigators, to a real person entirely, someone whose name and information were used without their knowledge to build a business, open an account, and attempt to move $1 million. Under Florida Statute 817.568, fraudulently using another person's personal identifying information is its own distinct felony, and the law does not treat every case the same way. The base offense is a third-degree felony, but once the financial benefit sought crosses $5,000, it escalates automatically to a second-degree felony. Cross $50,000, and it becomes a first-degree felony carrying a mandatory minimum prison sentence. He was attempting to move $1 million. That number alone places this case in the most severe tier the statute allows for, regardless of how the final charges were ultimately structured. This is the detail that should stop you for a second. Most people picture identity theft as a stolen credit card number used for a shopping spree. It is rarely that small. Sometimes it is a stranger's name being used to file a business, open an account, and attempt to walk away with more money than most people make in 20 years of honest work, all without that person ever knowing their identity had been touched. So how does a scheme like this actually get caught? Not through a wiretap, not through an informant, through the same quiet, unglamorous instinct that stops fraud in bank lobbies every single day. Trent didn't need forensic evidence to know something was wrong. He needed a brand new business account, an unusually large check, and a man hiding his face indoors, and he trusted that combination enough to hold the check and pick up the phone. From there, the case moved, fast. The bank's loss prevention manager looped in law enforcement immediately. Investigators ran facial recognition against the image from the account paperwork and the check itself. And within a short window, they had confirmed exactly who they were dealing with, a man whose real identity traced back to Miami, hundreds of miles from the fabricated Washington address on the license. By the time he walked back toward that bank to collect his money, the entire case against him had already been built. He simply didn't know it yet. What happened next raises a real question. Why didn't he run the moment deputies approached? Why stand in a gas station parking lot for nearly a full minute, insisting he'd done nothing wrong, while officers ordered him to the ground and warned him, in increasingly blunt terms, that continued non-compliance would end badly? "I'll pop you. I'ma light you up, buddy," one officer warns. He still doesn't comply. "Why are you going to pop me? I don't understand. What's going on?" he responds, as if the 7-figure fraudulent check he'd presented 6 days earlier had simply slipped his mind. This is worth sitting with, because it reveals something about how people process guilt in real time. He is not confused about what happened. He is stalling, testing whether confusion itself might buy him time, might make the deputies reconsider, might turn an arrest into a misunderstanding that quietly resolves itself. It does not work. It almost never does. Here is where the legal picture sharpens further. His refusal to comply with a lawful order to get on the ground is not just theater, it is its own separate offense. Resisting an officer without violence is a real charge in Florida, and it compounds on top of everything else stacking against him. He was, at that point, not simply a fraud suspect. He was a fraud suspect actively resisting detention in public, in view of witnesses, while deputies were still trying to determine whether he was armed. Every second he stood there arguing added risk, for him and for the officers trying to bring the situation to a safe conclusion. Once he is finally on the ground, cuffed, and read his rights, the tone of this case shifts entirely, and this is where it becomes genuinely psychologically interesting. Deputy Jason, the officer who originally took the fraud report from the bank, does not interrogate him the way you might expect. He does not raise his voice. He does not lead with the charges. He asks, almost like someone talking a friend down from a bad decision, whether he needs the money, whether he's in trouble with somebody, whether there's a reason he chose a number this large. "I've dealt with this a lot," Jason tells him. "People are doing $500 checks, $1,000 checks. This is out of the ordinary. That's what raised the red flag. It's a fair question, and a pointed one. Most check fraud is small precisely because small fraud is harder to notice. $1 million does the opposite of hide. It demands attention. So why would someone building a scheme meant to slip past a bank teller choose the one number guaranteed to make every alarm in the building go off?" He never gives a real answer. He won't say where he's from with any specificity. He won't explain a second name, Greg, that deputies raise directly, wondering aloud whether it connects to an earlier check scheme they suspected he may have attempted before this one. If that suspicion is accurate, this was not a one-time lapse in judgment. It was a pattern, refined and repeated, until it was finally interrupted by one employee unwilling to look away. He offers no explanation for who, if anyone, he might owe money to, or what exactly a fabricated construction company was meant to accomplish beyond providing cover for a fraudulent bank account. All he offers, in the end, is 5 flat words: he made a bad decision. There is something almost unsettling about how little that explains. Weeks of preparation, registering a business, acquiring a false identity, opening an account, producing a convincing 7-figure check, collapse down to a single sentence that explains nothing at all. It's worth asking, was this planned entirely by one person, or was he a small piece of something larger, executing a role in a scheme he didn't fully understand himself? The deputies clearly suspected the possibility, gently probing for family, associates, anyone who might be involved. They didn't get an answer. Maybe the case file eventually will. What almost never gets discussed in cases like this is the person who isn't in the video at all. Somewhere, there is a real individual whose name, driver's license, and identity were used to file a business and open a bank account without their knowledge or consent. They are not a witness. They are not a suspect. They are a victim who, in all likelihood, has no idea any of this happened. Identity theft rarely announces itself the moment it occurs. It surfaces later: a denied loan application, an unexplained line on a credit report, a collections notice for a debt that was never actually theirs. For that person, this case isn't over. In some sense, for them, it hasn't even started yet. By the time this stop concluded, the charges were already clear. Fraud, 2 counts of uttering a forged instrument, possession of a fake ID with an altered date of birth, and possession of another person's identification. Layered together, this is not a case likely to end in a warning and a fine. It is the kind of charge sheet that carries real prison exposure, mandatory restitution conversations, and a felony record that will outlast whatever the original motive turned out to be. So what is the actual lesson sitting underneath all of this? It is tempting to focus only on the moment he hit the pavement outside that gas station, because it is the most cinematic part of the story. But the real turning point happened minutes earlier in a quiet bank lobby, when a single employee decided that a gut feeling was worth more than the discomfort of questioning a customer. That decision, small and almost invisible in the moment, is the entire reason this case exists at all. Multiply that decision by every bank teller, every notary, every business filing clerk in the country who chooses to trust their instincts instead of looking away, and you start to understand exactly how many schemes like this one get stopped before the public ever hears about them, and how many, without that instinct, quietly succeed, because somewhere tonight, someone's name is sitting on paperwork they never signed, backing an account they never opened, tied to a business they've never heard of. They are not thinking about it right now. They have no reason to. And when they finally find out, it will not arrive with flashing lights or a felony stop outside a gas station. It will arrive as a phone call, calm and procedural, informing them that their credit has been compromised, and nobody can say exactly when it started. If that call came for you tonight, would you even know where to begin untangling it?